you guys just get on the bus, your family will come right behind you, I promise.
My family Afghanistan. نمیتونه که بیایه. طالبا اولاداش میخوای ببره دختر جوان است 9 14 ساله است. بسیار بد است. هر روز به من تماس میگیره بس خوب نیست. No go Taliban. Very bad.
Harvin Pevandi, who worked at the U.S. Embassy, is one of over 100,000 Afghans evacuated from Kabul as it fell to the Taliban, who have essentially won the U.S.'s 20-year war in Afghanistan. Over the last month, Ramstein in southern Germany is one of a number of U.S. military bases across the Middle East and Europe, which has become a transit point in the largest military evacuation in history. A small city has been built on the base. In place of aircrafts are hundreds of tents. The population has at times reached over 20,000, including 17 newborns delivered. And they've served over 900,000 meals since the camp was set up. Days earlier, many of the Afghans living here were scrambling to get out of the chaos of Kabul airport. What was the airport like there when you left? Were there a lot of people?
The Taliban were firing. We saw the people they killed in front of our eyes. She's my daughter. She was telling me, Papa, I'm scared. They're gonna kill me.
This flight is going to take people on their last leg of their journey. Hangar 5 right here is the last processing place for the evacuees. This flight will bring them to a new home. A few cases of measles have temporarily paused flights, but most evacuees stay here no longer than 10 days after arrival. Clearing people for travel depends on multiple agencies. Elizabeth Horst is overseeing that civilian operation.
We've got people from the State Department, USAID, CBP, TSA, Department of Justice, Department of Commerce, all working together to help get as many Afghans out as we can.
How are you working with other agencies to make sure that the people who are landing on U.S. soil are safe, are, vetted?
We have to protect the United States and to protect this base. Every step of the way, we have security screening processes in place. There are very few people who don't have some sort of an identifying document that we can start to extrapolate. But it's not just about the document. It's about biographic screening. It's about biometric screening to make sure that every passenger is safe and ready to fly.
Maryam Mokhlis is waiting to fly. She worked as a personal trainer in Afghanistan. The return of the Taliban has put an end to that. Like nearly everyone here, she's left family behind.
It's my mother and my sister. پدر مادرم همیشه خانه میشینن دیگه یعنی پدرم و پدر اجازه نمیده میگه کدام طالبا کدام کاری نکنه براشون.
What are you hoping to do in the United States?
بعد از اون میخوایم که کار بکنم، پیسه کمایی بکنم، بر مادرمشون روان کنم حداقل یک میگن که بچه کمایی بکنم و اون به ما بیارم من حیث یک دختر میخوایم تمام زحمت خدا بکشم تا مادرمشون بتونم از افغانستان بکشم به هیچ شرایط قبول ندارم که داخل افغانستان باشم.
This war was America's longest, costing around $1 trillion, killing thousands of U.S. service personnel, nearly 50,000 Afghan civilians, and only to hand the country over to the Taliban. Brigadier General Joshua Olson is the commander of Ramstein Air Base. He's lost count of how many tours he served in the war. How does it feel to look at this moment and realize that it's been 20 years since America got involved in Afghanistan, and this is the result? The U.S. has had to get hundreds of thousands of people out of their country because the Taliban have taken over.
I don't know that there's a good answer to that. My personal reflection on it, it comes to an interesting crossroads of the many sacrifices of all those that we lost, which is hard. And what did they lose that for? There's a lot of, angst on, pulling out and all of that. But I really focus on these people had a hope for a better life. And so we're providing that as we, turn the chapter on Afghanistan.
Do you trust the Taliban to run that country?
As far as the Taliban and the politics of that, I'd leave that to DC.
But for most of the Afghans here, the question of trusting the Taliban isn't even up for discussion.
Taliban are those people which never Afghans want them. They are like terrorists.
Do you think it was a mistake that the United States left Afghanistan?
Sure, it was a big mistake.
Hayla Amini is a volunteer translator working at Ramstein, but in the last few weeks, she's done much more than just that.
The first baby we delivered, she was by herself, and I was the only person there holding her hand and breathing with her. For me, it's just been an honor to stand next to these women.
In terms of you being an Afghan American, how do you feel about what has happened to your country?
Having experienced my mom get flogged by Taliban when I was 9, to see them come back and say we're a new, refined, and reformed Taliban is, I'm sorry, it's a bold lie. I don't believe them for a second. Not a single Afghan believes them, because all they have is a few people who speak English and they have Wi-Fi. That's the only difference. They're still the same Taliban that we know, and they will never change.
How does that experience shape what you're seeing here? Does that help you empathize with the people that you're working with?
Not only does it help me empathize, I see myself in each one of these little girls. And I see my mom, and I see my brothers, and I see each one of these women. They're like, I see my mom in them and what she went through. She is the quintessential Afghan badass woman. And every Afghan woman is that, despite what's happening. And I can't imagine what these incredible girls are gonna achieve. It's just a lot of hope amidst all of this pain, loss. I think we all need that right now.